I always believed that I was put on earth to lay down, read books, drink coffee, and sleep whenever I want and not to go to work. But that does not mean that I didn't go to work. I did, cause I had bills to pay. I mean that I was always fond of reading books, and since past 3 years I am reading philosophy and finance book every single day. Let's keep philosophy book aside for my next post. But why should you read books from a financial perspective? 88% of self-made millionaires read at least 30 minutes daily, focusing on self-education. Other than them, ultra-wealthy such as the chairman and CEO of Berkshire Hathaway, Warren Buffett, reads 5 to 6 hours a day. Bill Gates reads 50 books a year. Mark Zuckerberg reads 1 book a week. Steve Jobs used to read 1 book a month. I have reread the basics of every famous financial books you have ever heard of from different angles until they make sense to me, and I noticed that every famous financial books revolve around the 10 core principle. And today in this post I will share you the 10 eye-opening money lessons from 50 finance book. I cannot tell you any financial truth that deep inside within you don't know already. All I can do is remind you what you have forgotten. Let's begin. Number 1. Don't live below your means, expand your means. First off, don't waste your energy calculating every penny on the spreadsheet. Don't bother to save every penny and later save it at the bank. You get more money in the bank by making more money. That's rule number 1, plain and simple. Buying coffee on the street instead of Starbucks is the poor man's way to get rich. In other words, you will never get rich by scratching out 10 cents from your $1. People save 10 cents on a coffee and then overpay $100,000 for a house, then reconstruct it. Or they save 10 cents on a book and then buy a college degree that they never use for $200,000. I am glad that this logic never makes sense to me since childhood, because it still doesn't. You need to understand that there is a limit to how much you can cut, but there is no limit to how much you can earn. So focus to increase your income. Number 2. Power of compounding. I used to talk about compounding every single time, and in my every post, every single book I have ever read in my human year have briefly discussed about this amazing phenomena. Albert Einstein once called compounding the eighth wonder of the world, and he also said about it that he who understands it owns it and he who does not pay it. Let me explain you this concept through a story. Centuries ago, there was a powerful king in China who learnt about chess and was so impressed by this game that he offers the game creator one wish he will fulfill at any cost. At any cost. The creator was so intelligent and clever that he humbly said he just wanted 1 grain of rice on the first square of the chessboard, then 2 grains on the second, 4 on the third, and doubling all the way through the 64th black and white. The king laughed and murmured, "Silly fellow," then quickly agreed to keep his promise. This led to the collapse of his entire dynasty. By the 30th square alone, the debt had amounted to over a billion grains of rice. By the time he reached 64 square, the emperor owned him 18 quintillion grains, bankrupting the entire kingdom. Number 3. Leveraging other people's time. If the work does not require creativity of your own self, delegate it, automate it, leverage it, or leave it. It does not take money to make money, it takes leverage to make money. See, your time is finite, and if you rely on renting out your time, your money will be finite. Rich people figure out a way to detach from time. If you want to earn while you sleep, you must leverage people, technology, or ideas that spread without personal effort. Person A can work 14 hours a day and make $50,000 a year. Person B can work 4 hours a day and make $5 million a year. The difference is skill, understanding, and mainly leverage. Number 4. Play both offense and defense. Playing offense means create a good income flow, plain and simple. Now to build a good offense, you can start a side hustle or freelance work. You can switch jobs if the current one is not paying you well. Invest in stocks, real estate business. Develop a high income skill such as writing, software development, cyber security, data analysis, data science. Now let's see the other side of the coin. Playing defense means saving money. Now this may sound paradoxical or even contradictory to my number 1 point, but You need to understand that if you cannot increase your compensation significantly, become wealthy some other way. Now to play a good defense, plan the year ahead, budgeting, cutting back on unnecessary items. Number 5. When it's come to money, it is stupid to rely on willpower. Automate instead. I wanna confess something. I used to have a bad habit, excessive overspending. If my income was $6,000, I used to spend $7,000. At first, I was pocket and finger pointing, blaming a lot of variables such as friends, government, system. But in reality, my one finger points forward and three finger points backward. At the starting of the month, I used to take the resolution, I will never spend my hard-earned money on unnecessary item, but at the end of the month, you will find me in some clubs or bars. I was so frustrated of this bad habit because it was draining my money like crazy. Then one day my friend advised me to automate the money system. Fast forward today, I have set up a system so that each week money is automatically moved from my account into my brokerage account, where it's then automatically invested. And because all of this is happening in the background of your life, automatically you kind of forgot that you are saving money in the first place. You are not really missing out anything, but then in the background of your life, your wealth is being slowly built because you are not throwing your money in the snake pit. You are investing those saved money from every single paycheck. Now before moving to point number 6, let me tell you a harsh truth, and it's painful to listen. There's someone 3x dumber than you but 2x more than your income. Let me explain this to you through my personal experience. My homies were way stupid than I was, I believed, but they used to earn 2 to 3 times more than me because they put the lesson of one book in action instead of lying every day, drinking coffee and reading 27 more. It feels good to say you read a book a week and show off the bookshelf of 20 books you have read in the background of your Zoom calls, but at a certain point, you have to face reality and realize you are mentally masturbating. Instead of taking action like I was doing, the only way you are going to achieve anything is through real world experience. Number 6. Assets versus liability. I'm sorry that if you listen this 1 million times, assets is something that put money in your pocket, liability is something that take money out of your pocket. Most people don't know clearly the difference between asset and liability. They think their home is an asset and their largest investment. Robert Kiyosaki says in his book Rich Dad Poor Dad, if you think so, you are in a big problem. I would like to end this point with this quote. If you want to earn money while you sleep, then you need to build assets that don't sleep. Number 7. Get rich young. Okay, look at this image. This image gave me fear and urgency that I should be rich young. This old couple could not enjoy their vacation because their body did not allow to do so. Traditional financial advice is quite lame. All they do is teach you slow, save money strategies to get rich when you are 50. I myself invest a set amount of money from my paycheck every single month, but it's not the best way to be rich. No one wants to be rich at 50. Imagine finally able to afford a Lambo when you are 50 and you can't even get in it because you have the hip issues. I will take $5 million at 24 years old instead of $100 million at 50 at any day. Number 8. Get rich quick in 10 years rather than 40 years. This is what the life of every citizen look like. Commit to 9 to 5, happy wife, happy life. Work hard in your cube and save for retirement. Invest a set amount of money in hope of being rich one day, and you see that latest such as on Netflix. Pay your taxes and die. I see 9 to 5 jobs as a stepping stone. My problem with them is that they breed complacency and are dangerous for your psyche. Challenges is what makes life fun and interesting. This is like putting legs on a snake hole. This lesson comes straight out from book Millionaire Fastlane. You should get rich quick rather than being rich in 40 years. And from being rich means being rich in 5 to 10 years. To be rich in such a small amount of time frame, you should develop the system. You have both control and leverage, such as building a business system. So you need not do everything yourself. Creating such as process is not easy, but it's extremely rewarding. Use these 5 types of seedling that can grow into money trees. Rental system, computer system, content system, distribution system, human resource system. Number 9. Reduce taxes. Strange as it may seem, there is a common man out there there who believe the government should tax you into poverty to stop the sun from being hot. When are you going to realize that the government hates you? In many countries, taxes make the poor poorer. They want you to work and pay taxes and be quiet then die. But good news is that there are many legal loopholes to escape from taxes. So get off the couch now, consult with a tax expert and save as much as money possible. It makes no sense to pay more tax than need when we are well aware that ultra wealthy are paying $0 in tax. Number 10. Take risk. No risk, no story. You cannot swim for new horizons until you have courage to lose sight of the shore. William Faulkner. Be brave to take risk to explore new opportunities. Life is so plain and simple. Take the risk or lose the opportunity. Choice is yours. Thanks for watching.